I've always said that when you're fishing for any fish using lures, it doesn't matter what rod and reel you're using, you'll get some pleasure from it. But eventually, when you get a little bit more discerning, you'll want to move on to something that's real quality, something that gives you a lot more feel and a lot more satisfaction. And today I'm going to show you a setup that does just that. The Beastmaster DX rod and the Aero spin reel. And this is a fabulous combination that will last you a long time if you take care of it, and believe me, it will catch you a lot of fish and you'll get a lot of pleasure from catching them. I'll run through the rod and the reel separately just to show you the main features. Now the rod, it's called the Beastmaster DX, and there's quite a large range of rods, and they go from little lightweight rods for perch fishing right through to quite hefty rods for throwing big rubber lures and jerk baits. The one I'm using today is perfect for pike fishing from the bank or the boat. It's 9 foot long and it's got a casting weight of 15 to 50 grams. And 15 to 50 grams will cover the vast majority of the lures that you're going to be throwing for pike. Now the action of the rod is important, and I like a fairly stiff rod with a sensitive tip, and that is exactly what you get in the Beastmaster DX. Nice sensitive tip which helps you propel those lighter lures out at the lower end of the weight range, but a lot of backbone, a lot of power in the middle for heavier lures like the X-Wrap shad, the jointed shad, which is about 46 grams. That's at the top end of the casting range. So it's a very versatile rod. It's got a cork handle, and I love a cork handle, especially when your hands are wet and doing a lot of casting. A cork handle to me is exactly what I'm looking for. You get a good grip on it, and it doesn't tend to slip as easy as a man-made material. It's got a screw reel fitting, so once that's locked down, that's never going to come loose, so you needn't worry about that. And if you get quite fussy, as a lot of anglers do, they want to get the balance just right, there are actually balance weights that you can put into the end here to counterbalance it so that it's balanced just right for your needs. And this can make a difference when you're casting. It gives you a lot more feel when you're casting, and using the rod in general. When you're using techniques where you need the rod to be balanced in your hand, you might be working certain lures where you need a degree of balance, and that balance weight in the end, by varying it, you can get that absolutely to your requirements. So that's the Beastmaster DX, a fabulous rod. I'll take a look now at the Aero spin reel, and I'm going to look at this from an angler's point of view. It's the sort of reel that for me is so versatile. I can use it as a spinning reel, but I can also use it for commercial carp fishing. I can use it for any type of feeder fishing, and I do know that a lot of the Shimano match team are using these at the moment, and they feel the same as me about it. Today I've got it set up for lure fishing. I've got the spool loaded with 30-pound braid, and in conjunction with this Beastmaster rod, it is a lovely balanced setup. I'll look at the spool first, and the first thing you'll notice is that the spool looks out of proportion to the size of the reel, and it is, but that's a good thing because you've got a large diameter, large capacity spool, but you haven't got the disadvantage of a big heavy gearbox behind it. The actual reel body is very light and compact. But don't let that fool you, because inside that little lightweight body there's a lot of really top quality engineering gone into that. The sort of engineering that Shimano are famous for, that makes it very efficient, gives it great cranking power and makes it very smooth. To you and I, that means it's just a nice reel to use. It just feels a dream to use. Taking another look at the spool, you'll notice there's a rather unusual design to the lip. This is Shimano's ARC style of lip, developed to enable the line to run off a lot more smoothly during the cast, and that of course gives you extra yards whether you're lure fishing, feeder fishing or any other type of fishing. Well, I think you can see that I've actually fell in love with this rod and reel combination, and I can't wait to get back on the water and catch another pike on it and show you how it performs.